Hello, my dear viewers. It is March 23rd, and today my first video will also be devoted to a very important topic. My friend Mikhail Onofrienko and I already addressed this topic about 10 days ago, but judging from what I see today, I will address this once again. In fact, we really knocked on every door, and I would like to take this opportunity to answer immediately the questions that came to me for the previous video when I spoke about what problems now arise in the south of Ukraine in the first place, and not only in the south and near Kharkiv, we're now facing exactly the same problems. The problems are really the same everywhere, and they are really not just about humanitarian aid. There's a whole set of problems which is gradually turning into one big problem. So today I want to talk about another major problem, I think even a much more important problem, which unfortunately at the moment I cannot say that it's not being solved, but it is clearly not being solved enough. I will give just one example which became known to the general public yesterday, but I've personally known about this example for 5 days already. I knew about this example 5 days ago, and in general, I knew about this situation 2 weeks ago, and I knocked, I repeat, on every possible door, but unfortunately, so far, I do not see an adequate response to these knocks. It is for this reason that I am addressing you today. Exactly the same thing was done by my comrade, Mikhail Onofrienko. The link to his material is given in the description below the video. So, what is the essence of the problem, using Putyvl as an example? This is a city, Sumy region, I know it like the back of my hand. It is the only city, Putyvl. Putyvl district in general is the only district where not just Russian speakers are predominant, but the Russian population is predominant. It is a former part of Russia which was transferred to Ukraine as a result of the 1920s straightening of borders. And so, this city was passed by the Russian army on February 24th without a single shot being fired in a few hours, and then complete powerlessness was established in the city, the absolute absence of authority, and the population. Many residents of Putyvl wrote to me, "Yuri, what happened? Why is this happening? Where is the administration?" And the administration did not appear, or rather, it did appear. 3 weeks later, the Ukrainian military commissar returned to the city and began distributing weapons from the armory, which no one had even cleared. That is, no one had taken the weapons from the armory. And so he began distributing weapons and creating a territorial defense detachment, and I, or rather not me, but the residents of Putyvl, have a question as to why this is happening and what in fact can be expected next. Understand that even the most effective actions of any army, they must be supported administratively. In general, power is such a thing, it does not accept a vacuum. If you don't create the power elements, others will create it. And in that regard, we're talking about the Kiev regime today, which quietly surrendered Putyvl without a single shot being fired, and now it has essentially recaptured the town. And a similar situation, I emphasize, I know many facts, a similar situation today is happening in many cities in the Sumy and Chernihiv regions. And as of yesterday, I am personally not aware of a single fact that the Russian administration is at least somehow concerned about this problem apart from words. And then, once this problem appears, there will be new ones, and you will notice that even before the war itself, since the last autumn and summer period, the West has been gradually preparing Ukraine for a guerrilla war. They are well aware that the AFU will be defeated under any circumstances, under any scenarios, but they have been sharpening this whole territorial defense from the beginning. And look at the weapons they're supplying to Ukraine today: anti-tank systems, portable anti-aircraft missile systems, small arms. That is, this is exactly the kind of weaponry that is primarily intended for guerrilla warfare, and as of today, Ukraine has already essentially created a guerrilla war headquarters, and official representatives of the Kiev authorities are already saying that Ukraine should be preparing for a heavy, prolonged guerrilla war. In fact, this is exactly what the West needs for Ukraine to turn into Somalia, a huge 500,000 square kilometers Somalia in the center of Europe. My soul really hurts because this is my country, my homeland. For example, I don't understand when Dmitry Peskov, the press secretary of the Russian president, says, "We're not going to create administrations for these territories." Well then, if you're not going to do it, then others will do it, or rather, they're already doing it. Well, then don't be surprised when in a while, within these territories, they will start really shooting at the backs of Russian soldiers who no one has shot there yet, because if nothing is done in this direction in the course of the next month, it will become inevitable. That's what I wanted to say in this piece. That's all for now. The next update will be from the front of Ukraine. Goodbye.